I wish to engage with you concerning the might of tranquility. I desire to articulate the significance of centering your attention on your individual voyage and not being diverted by the clamor of the realm. The sphere we inhabit is replete with diversions. Digital platforms, viewpoints, rumors and critiques. Individuals relish conversing. They discuss your persona, your history, your errors. However, I have come to impart to you today that it is opportune to cease heeding the voices of the world and commence listening to the voice of the divine. The contemporary world is saturated with noise, persistent discourse, perspectives from every direction, and distractions that can divert us from what genuinely holds value. Wherever we direct our gaze, individuals possess something to express about how we ought to exist, what we should execute, and who we should embody. The pronouncements of society, digital, media, acquaintances, relatives, and even strangers endeavor to mold our identities. Yet, amidst all this commotion, we frequently disregard the paramount voice of all, the voice of the Creator. Numerous individuals squander their vitality attempting to fulfill the anticipations of others, pursuing endorsement and fretting about opinions that possess no authentic worth. They permit critiques to dishearten them, they allow rejection to define their essence, and they enable doubt to seep into their hearts due to their excessive focus on erroneous pronouncements. Nevertheless, the sacred scriptures inform us in Lamentations 3:26, "It is good that one should await calmly for the deliverance of the Lord." This signifies that we do not necessitate constant responses to the world. We must remain still and place our trust in the divine's guidance along the appropriate path. Jesus himself endured critiques, mockery, and skepticism. The Pharisees persistently attempted to ensnare him with their utterances. The throngs that once lauded him later clamored for his crucifixion. Individuals questioned his authority, his mission, and his identity. Yet, Jesus did not permit their pronouncements to distract him from his objective. He did not squander time defending himself to those who were never inclined to believe in him in any manner. He remained focused and maintained silence when necessary. He recognized that his purpose was not to triumph over arguments, but to realize the will of his heavenly parent. So, why do we permit the viewpoints of others to govern us? Why do we allow detrimental pronouncements to occupy space within our minds? The more we heed the clamor of the world, the more we forfeit sight of who we are in Christ. Instead of seeking external validation, we must seek divine direction. The Creator has already designated, elected, redeemed, and cherished you. You do not need to pursue endorsement from individuals when you already possess the approval of your Creator. When we cease heeding the clamor of the world, we attain clarity. We cease second-guessing ourselves. We cease feeling the necessity to elucidate every decision. We cease squandering time on inconsequential matters and commence focusing on what is significant, our purpose, our faith, and our development. There is liberation in tranquility. When you cease attempting to respond to every critic, when you cease fretting about every viewpoint, and when you cease pursuing the endorsement of others, you will encounter tranquility as never before. You will perceive the divine's voice more distinctly, and you will advance with assurance, cognizant that He is guiding the path. Consequently, today, render a determination. Cease heeding the clamor, commence heeding the divine, and concentrate on the trajectory He has established before you. The world will perpetually possess something to express, but only one voice truly holds significance: the voice of the one who fashioned you. You do not have to authenticate yourself to anyone. Too many individuals navigate life feeling the necessity to elucidate themselves, defend their actions, or validate their selections to others. They feel pressured to fulfill the anticipations of society, acquaintances, relatives, or even strangers. However, the truth is that regardless of your actions, there will perpetually be someone who does not comprehend you, does not bolster you, or does not believe in you. And that is acceptable. Your objective is not to persuade individuals of your worth. Your objective is to walk in the vocation that the Creator has placed upon your life. Jesus himself confronted perpetual critiques. The religious leaders doubted him, the people questioned him, and even his own disciples occasionally struggled to fully comprehend his mission. Yet, Jesus never felt the necessity to authenticate himself to anyone. He did not squander time arguing with those who refused to believe. He did not attempt to persuade the Pharisees that he was the Son of the Divine. He simply remained focused on his mission. When they mocked him, he remained silent. When they falsely accused him, he permitted his actions to speak for themselves. His miracles, his love, his sacrifice, these things spoke louder than any words ever could. Numerous individuals struggle with self-doubt due to their excessive focus on the perceptions of others. They live for the endorsement of individuals instead of the endorsement of the divine. However, Galatians 1:10 states, "Am I now attempting to win the approval of human beings or of the divine? Or am I endeavoring to please people? If I were still endeavoring to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ." When you comprehend that you do not have to authenticate yourself to anyone, you will walk in liberation. You will no longer feel the necessity to elucidate why you are rendering certain decisions, why you are developing, why you are altering, or why you are choosing to adhere to the divine's plan for your life. Individuals may not comprehend you, they may not bolster you, but their comprehension is not requisite for your success. Some of the most potent moments in life transpire in tranquility. When you cease attempting to authenticate yourself, when you cease pursuing validation, and when you simply concentrate on executing what the Creator has called you to do, the outcomes will speak for themselves. Your development will be your proof. Your success will be your answer. Your life will be the testament. Nehemiah was constructing a wall when his adversaries attempted to distract him. They called out to him, attempting to persuade him to descend and argue. However, Nehemiah responded in Nehemiah 6:03, "I am executing a great work, and I cannot descend." That necessitates being your mindset. You are executing a great work in your life. You are developing, altering, and stepping into the divine's purpose for you. Do not descend to argue with inconsequential individuals. Remain focused, remain silent, and permit your life to be the proof of the divine's hand upon you. Centering your attention on your individual development is one of the most paramount actions you can undertake in life. Too many individuals expend their time observing the actions of others instead of working on themselves. They contrast their voyage, their success, and their progress with those around them. However, the truth is that comparison is a diversion. It pilfers your joy, squanders your time, and impedes you from becoming the individual the Creator has called you to be. The Creator has a unique plan for your life. He did not fashion you to adhere to someone else's path or to exist according to someone else's timeline. Galatians 6:04 states, "Let each one examine his own work, and then he will have reason for boasting in himself alone and not in someone else." In other words, concentrate on the divine's actions in your life. Your voyage is distinct from anyone else's, and when you contrast yourself with others, you forfeit sight of the blessings the Creator has placed before you. One of the most significant traps in life is perpetually measuring yourself against others. You perceive someone who is more successful, and you feel as though you are falling behind. You observe someone who appears to possess everything together, and you commence doubting yourself. However, what you do not realize is that everyone possesses their individual struggles, their individual challenges, and their individual processes. Just because someone else is ahead of you does not signify that you are behind. Just because someone else's life appears perfect does not signify that they do not possess battles you cannot perceive. The sole individual you should be competing with is who you were yesterday. Are you developing? Are you becoming wiser? Are you becoming stronger? These are the matters that hold significance. When you concentrate on your individual development, you will cease fretting about the actions of everyone else, and you will commence making genuine progress in your individual life. Observe the narrative of David. When David was a shepherd boy, his brothers were engaged in combat within the army. They possessed the experience, the training, and the endorsement of men. However, while they were focused on status and position, David was focused on development. He expended time alone, cultivating his skills, worshipping the divine, and preparing for what lay ahead. He did not contrast himself with his brothers. He did not attempt to emulate them. He remained focused on his individual voyage, and when the opportune moment arrived, he was prepared to vanquish Goliath. That is what transpires when you concentrate on yourself. The Creator prepares you in manners that others cannot perceive. You may not be where you aspire to be yet, but if you persevere in working, persevere in developing, and persevere in trusting the divine, your moment will arrive. Cease observing others, cease contrasting, and cease competing. The Creator is operating in your life, and if you remain focused on your development, you will step into the blessings He has prepared for you. Distractions are one of the adversary's most potent weapons against your purpose. The instant you determine to develop, the instant you choose to concentrate on your objectives, distractions will arise. They arise in the guise of negativity, superfluous drama, the viewpoints of others, and even self-doubt. However, if you permit these distractions to seize your focus, you will never attain the destiny the Creator has planned for you. The adversary does not have to obliterate you, he merely has to distract you.